Hello friends, this is Music Man in his Man Cave, and now I want to talk about divorce and your finances. Man, it doesn't matter who you are today, Christian or non-Christian. We're running about 50 to 60% divorce rate. And is that actually having any kind of negative impact on you financially? Let's talk about it right now. From his man cave, and it seems like today divorce is rampant. So what kind of effect does that have on you financially? Well, have you ever heard the old saying that two heads are better than one? And it's nice to have someone around to keep you on the straight and narrow. I can tell you that if I probably lived alone, my house would be stacked full of movies and junk, and there'd be no furniture. And I'd probably just sit on the floor and eat a steady diet of ramen noodles. And if my wife probably lived alone, the house would be completely filled with probably, I don't know, crafts and doilies and things like that. Probably she'd live a lot, maybe cheaper than me. And she'd probably have, an entire closet full of shoes and another closet entirely full of watches or something. I don't know. I mean, it would just be odd. And so there's a reason, I think, that for most of us, having a spouse works. And the reason it works is because it is financially advantageous. There's a lot of tax breaks that you get with being married. And also, my wife is a very hard worker. She's very smart. She makes a good income. And so together, we are a force to be reckoned with. So one of the main reasons you want to stay married and you want to make sure that you marry your friend. Don't marry someone based off a one-night stand or some stupid, idiotic thing like that, or because you think they're sexy. And a lot of men go through a midlife crisis and they leave their wife for some blonde, good-looking thing or whatever. The regular nightmare: blonde hair and skinny with surgical implants. And they just believe that they've arrived. But for some reason, that relationship doesn't work out. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I can't say why it doesn't work out. But it sure costs you a lot of money. Divorce is an expensive endeavor. There's fees to get a divorce. And then your income is cut in half immediately. Just like that. And also, you don't have someone there to tell you, I'm getting an instinct that this guy may be a con artist. Like the time that my wife and I are in Hawaii, and the guy stopped us on the street for a timeshare. And my wife was like getting a weird feeling and getting the creeps from the guy. And she said, I think we should walk on. You know what? She was absolutely right. We dodged a bullet on that one. And also, if I'd only listened to her about that Pontiac Bonneville, and she still reminds me to this day that I did not listen to her about that Pontiac Bonneville. If I'd have listened to her, I'd have saved us thousands of dollars on that lemon that we bought. And so having someone, first of all, to love, and having someone that's there and you can balance each other out, that's what they're talking about when they say opposites attract. Is because me, I'm kind of an extrovert, goofy, crazy kind of guy, and my wife is very, very organized. I mean, she's super organized. She is great with mathematics. She is a good kind of level, down-to-earth kind of person, where I tend to be either sitting there and I'm all calm, or the next time I'm just, look you like this! And kind of scares people. They don't know how to take me. But my wife is like, it's just him. It's just him. He's crazy. And, and later she'll say, oh man, did you ever blow it tonight? We're just talking about last night, how we would have responded in a certain situation. And my wife is all like, I would have done this. And I was like, I would have gotten the person's face and said, this is garbage and this is ridiculous. And I would have probably been fired. So there's a reason that God created us to need a spouse, to need a helper. And there's a reason that God created a woman to need a man in her life. I believe that it's by design, and it works, and it will save you a lot of money, and it will save you a lot of heartache. There's some people, if you want to live alone, go ahead. I mean, that's fine, but I will tell you it's not financially awesome. I mean, what if one of you gets sick? If you get sick and you can't work, I mean, two are better than one. It's just a fact. It's just, basic physics. It's the basic way the world works. Two are stronger than one. And when one is depressed, the other one will help, lift them up. Lord help the two that are depressed at the same time. But divorce today is actually hurting America. It's hurting people financially. People are having to are split between families, and there's additional costs there. And then the person is looking for another person that can tolerate them, and they discover that it's them. They're the problem. There's a lot of people that can't tolerate them, so they keep going down the line, and that's costing a lot of money, all those different relationships. And so the bottom line for me is find someone that can tolerate you. My wife can tolerate me. I have my faults, and I know I have my faults, but I will tell you that divorce is not in the equation, because you got a good thing. You know what I'm saying? You got a good thing, and you need to stay with it. So there's more research on the internet about divorce and how mathematically it will injure you, and it devastates a marriage. Divide and conquer kind of thing. Check it out, and you'll see that my advice is pretty sound. Stay together. Unless there's abuse, unless the person is an alcoholic and he's coming home every night beating the tar out of you, or he's this obsessive guy that won't even let you breathe, he's jealous and he has no reason to be jealous, or he's completely insane or a stalker. In those situations, get out. I understand, I wouldn't stay in this house if things were flying around and ghosts were biting me. I'd get out of the house. And so that's just common sense. But if your person is a person you can live with and you can get along with, and you balance each other out, and this thing that if you fight, you're not in love kind of thing, that's nonsense. I've heard people say that. Well, if you're married to your soulmate, then you'll never fight. I have only one thing to say about that. Somebody's getting their way all the time. Somebody's a yes person. And the other person's getting to call all the shots. That's what's going on there. Music Man from his man cave. Stay together. It's better that way. It saves money. It's better financially. It's cheaper. Better way to live. Take care. Bye. My 20-year-old daughter's in the other room overhearing my broadcast, and she says that I also need to mention that love is commitment. And love is a choice. It is not that romantic feeling all the time. And so make sure that you honor your commitment, that you're a person of integrity, and that unless the person is literally, your married life is a living hell, which is usually not. It's just a selfish situation where somebody wants something new, just like consumerism. That's why the guy leaves for the blonde bimbo, and it doesn't work out. I'm just saying, and she doesn't necessarily have to be blonde, not to pick on blondes. It can be also a brunette or a redheaded bimbo. But, it's a commitment. You're not always going to feel in love. You're not always going to feel flowers and chocolatey. You know what I'm saying? That's from a 20-year-old. She wanted me to throw that in there. Commitment. Stay with your commitment if you can tolerate the person, or you're just not a selfish jackass. See ya. Take care. Bye.